Thank you, Ms. Morales. Board of Education, staff, students, families, and members of the Bridgeport community. Tonight is not just another board meeting for me, it is my final opportunity to speak in this role before my time as superintendent concludes on June 30th. And while there are many things I could say, I want my final message to be focused on what matters most: gratitude, pride, and the story of what this district has accomplished together. When people look at a school district from the outside, they often see numbers first. They see fund balance, test scores, graduation rates, buildings, enrollment, budgets, audits, and reports. Those things matter, and in Bridgeport, some of them tell a very powerful story. But the real story of a school district is always the people. It is the teacher who stays late. It is the custodian who makes sure a building is ready before anyone else arrives. It is the bus driver who is the first school face a child sees in the morning. It is the kitchen worker who knows which student needs an extra smile or a snack. It is the secretary who keeps a building calm. It is the paraprofessional who helps a student believe, I can do this. It is the coach, counselor, administrator, mechanic, crossing guard, volunteer, parent, grandparent, and student who keeps showing up. When I first arrived here in 2015, Bridgeport was in a terrible mess. The district had a huge deficit. Staff was on perennial pay freezes. Morale was at its lowest. The board and community were in turmoil. Ironically, that last part is what Amy Morales, board president, Brentoya Breamsy, vice president, Carmen Castillo, secretary, and Lucy Erby, treasurer, have revived. The return of chaos and corruption, hidden agendas, and no transparency. Bridgeport was known for failure and would likely have become just like its neighbor to the north, Buena Vista, had it not turned around with the help of the whole district. Along with the staff at Bridgeport High School in 2015, we turned the school around in a matter of months. Since 2015 and during my tenure as superintendent, Bridgeport was not only known for resilience, but known around the United States as a school system who was innovative and would do whatever was necessary to help our students, our staff, and our families. Since 2018, Bridgeport has been writing a new story, a story of no barriers, just possibilities that faced financial pressure, academic pressure, state-level attention, public scrutiny, student transitions, and the everyday challenges that come with serving a community that deserves far more recognition than it often receives. Bridgeport-Spaulding's earlier financial challenges were documented publicly, including a state deficit report, projected general fund deficits, before this later chapter of recovery occurred. The district also had documented academic challenges, including Martin Atkins Elementary School appearing on the priority list for multiple years and the threat of closure in 2017. Those are facts, not included tonight to dwell on the past. They are included because you cannot fully appreciate how far Bridgeport has come unless you are honest about where the journey started. You cannot rewrite the past if you don't like it. The students in this district, guided by the staff, are in the top 2% of test takers in fall to spring growth compared nationally. The top 2%. You can't rewrite that. The students in this district engage in STEAM learning at every single grade level. That's a fact. Also, it is a fact that Amy Morales, Brentoya Breamsy, Carmen Castillo, and Lucy Erby purposely stopped communication and stopped all efforts to work with me as the superintendent with a singular purpose, a vendetta that has thrown this district back into chaos. A chaos Mr. Daniels is familiar with, as he was in the leadership role the last time the district went into chaos. It is ironic that saying learn from history or be doomed to repeat it seems so appropriate tonight. By 2018, the district was still operating in a context shaped by state oversight and lacked long-term strategic planning. When I arrived, I did not come here simply to hold a title or be here for a few months. I came here to help stabilize systems, strengthen trust, improve operations, support students, and build something that could last well beyond one person. And the truth is, none of that work could ever be done by one superintendent. It took staff, it took students, it took families, it took community, it took people who cared enough to keep pushing even when the work was hard. It took a board who did not want to repeat the history the district had written. Bridgeport moved from a massive operating deficit to a stable multi-million-dollar fund balance through long-term planning, strategic resource allocation, all while continuing to prioritize the students first. This was not just a number. It represents stability, planning, discipline, and a district that became better positioned for the future, because that's what we care about, actually, right? The future. Yes. It happens when decisions are made carefully. It does not happen by accident. When resources are aligned to priorities, and when people understand that every dollar in a school district should ultimately serve children. But finances are only one piece of the story. Since 2018, Bridgeport has also continued to build pride in its schools, its students, and its community. The district is a visible public example of the kind of student-centered work that connects schools, food services, mental health programs, and our community. That matters because education is not only what happens in a classroom, it is also making sure students are fed, safe, known, supported, transported, encouraged, and given opportunities to see themselves as capable. To the teachers, thank you. You are the heart of this district. You have taught through changing standards, changing assessments, changing expectations, a pandemic, staffing shortages, social pressures, and challenges that most people will never fully understand. You have carried lessons, emotions, student needs, parent concerns, paperwork, professional development, and your own families all at the same time. I hope you never forget that the most important work in this district happens when a student walks into your room and feels that someone believes in them. To our paraprofessionals and aides, interventionists, counselors, social workers, secretaries, office, and support staff, thank you. You are often the people who see things that everyone else miss. You bring calm to the moment before it becomes a crisis. You help students find their schedule, their backpack, their confidence, and their voice, and sometimes even their way back to class. You make the system human. To our custodians and maintenance staff, thank you. You are the quiet backbone of school life. When everyone leaves, you are still working. When others arrive, the building is ready because of you. You clean up after celebrations, storms, lunches, games, concerts, emergencies, and just a regular old school day. You do work that is too often invisible, but it is never unimportant. Our bus drivers and transportation, thank you. You do far more than drive a route. You manage safety, weather, traffic, behavior, timing, and trust. And most recently, tornado weather. You are the first hello and often the last goodbye of a child's school day. Families trust you with what matters most to them, and that trust is sacred. Trust is important, isn't it? To our kitchen and food service team, thank you. You feed children, but you also notice children. You know who needs kindness, who needs routine, who needs encouragement, and who may need someone quietly to pay attention to them. The work you do supports learning because hungry students cannot do their best. Your care reaches farther than you may ever know. To my administration team and the leadership team in the central office, thank you. Leadership in schools is not easy. It's not easy here. You stand between expectations and reality every day. You support staff, respond to families, manage emergencies, analyze data, attend meetings, solve problems, and carry the emotional weight of decisions that affect real people. Real people. Thank you for continuing to lead even when leadership was complicated. I know we don't have any students here, but thank you for filming. To our students, thank you. You are the reason any of this matters and why it's so personal to me. You have made me laugh, challenged me, inspired me, worried me, impressed me, and reminded me why public education is worth fighting for. You remind me why quitting was never an option, My hope for you is that you understand how much potential you have. Do not let anyone define Bridgeport for you in a negative way. You are Bearcats. Your dreams, your talents, your friendships, your creativity, your resilience, and your future are the real, actual measure of this district. To our families, you trusted us with your children. You partnered with us during good days and hard days. You attended conferences, answered phone calls, supported teams, came to concerts, asked questions, advocated, volunteered, and kept believing that the school and the home are strongest when they work together. We did not always get everything perfect, but to the families, I hope you always knew that the goal was to serve your children well. To the Bridgeport community, a school district reflects the community around it, and this community has heart. It's why I wanted to be here. Bridgeport is a place with pride, history, grit, loyalty, and potential. It is a place where people care deeply. It is a place that deserves to be spoken about with respect. It is a place that should never be reduced to a challenge, a statistic, headline, or relegated to repeat its own history. As I look back, I am proud that Bridgeport did not quit on itself. I am proud that the district became more financially stable. I'm proud that we worked to build systems, improve communication, support students, improve our facilities, and make decisions with the future in mind. I'm proud of all the people who gave their energy to this work long before I arrived, during my time here, and who will continue after I leave. I also want to say this clearly. The good things that happen in Bridgeport belong to many, many people. No superintendent, no board member, no administrator, and no single employee owns the success of a school district. The credit belongs to the collective. It belongs to the people who did the work every day, often without any applause. It belongs to the staff who stayed committed. It belongs to the students who kept growing. It belongs to the families who kept believing. It belongs to a community that shows up. There's a phrase I have thought about often: leave it better than you found it. I believe that, and in some meaningful ways I have done that, I hope. I believe the systems are stronger. I believe the finances are more stable. I believe the expectations are clear. I believe the collective belief in student success is louder than ever. I know the pride in Bridgeport was easy to see. And I hope the next chapter continues to build on the best of what has been started. To say I'm worried is an understatement. My time here is ending, but my respect for the people of this district will remain. I will carry with me the faces of students, the commitment of staff, the resilience of families, and the belief that Bridgeport is capable of great things. I leave with gratitude for the opportunity to have served here. I leave with pride in what we accomplished together. And I leave with hope for what this district can still become. Thank you for allowing me to serve Bridgeport-Spaulding Community School District. Thank you for the lessons, the relationships, the challenges, the victories, and the memories. Most of all, thank you for reminding me that public education at its best is still one of the most powerful ways a community can invest in its future. And at the same time, I have become acutely aware of the damage a few carefully placed people can inflict upon our educational system. Bridgeport's story is not finished. Amy Morales, Brentoya Breamsy, Carmen Castillo, Lucy Erby, you're doing your best to repeat history. Doing their best to silence whistleblowers in the district and the community who can see the return to the old corrupt days are on the horizon. The people in this room, the staff in our buildings, the families in this community, and the students we serve have an opportunity to write the chapters for Bridgeport, and I truly hope you do that. I bid you farewell.
Thank you, Mark. Mr. Lane? No comment. Mr. Pulaski? Nothing. Nothing. Tammy?